I was a freshman in high school when my parents got divorced. Well, they actually weren't officially divorced yet. They were separated at the time, and they were trying to work on things, but it turned into them getting divorced my sophomore year. And freshman year, it didn't really seem like a big deal to me just because it was change and it was kind of scary and stuff, but at that point it wasn't really an official divorce, so it was just kind of oh, they're getting separated, they might get divorced, which I kind of knew they would. My dad actually was sleeping in the basement for up until he moved out, so that was a big sign. And then my dad and my brother talked about it. My brother was the one that told me first, and then my mom kind of told me about it and was hey, I know you probably heard from Alec about this, but we're gonna have your dad move out. They had been fighting and stuff over the summer. I would always hear their arguments and stuff, but they always tried to make it really discreet, but it was pretty obvious. Around that time I would just kind of get upset about it and think about oh, I'll never go on another family vacation, or my dad won't be living with us anymore. I'll have to go between my mom's house and my dad's house, and my dad will have a new family, and just all of those things. Long term it doesn't really affect me just because I have both my parents and they're both happy and in good places, so that's what's important now. My brother and my dad aren't on best terms right now just because just disagreements and stuff about everything that happened, so it kind of pushed my dad and my brother apart. My sister, she was a lot younger when it happened, but now that she's older, she's starting to realize more why they got a divorce, other than just the fact that they're not together anymore. It hasn't really affected her and my relationship with my dad as much as my brother, but there's definitely a little bit of an impact. I feel people who grow up with their parents that stay in love and are in love throughout their whole life, they grow up seeing that, and when your parents are divorced, you kind of realize, oh, this sometimes it doesn't work out even if you've been together for 20 years, because my parents were together for 18 years and then all of a sudden they got divorced, and it's just kind of wow, they had a long time together before that anything happened, and it just kind of makes me maybe a little nervous to get married someday, because if you get into the relationship, it could be good in the beginning and you might think it'll be fine, but then eventually something could happen, and that's what's kind of scary.